I did not have a vision at a young age or coming out of school that I would end up owning my own company. I can recall getting my first corporate role and thinking that I would retire there, checking out my 401k, making sure everything was lined up because I planned to be there for 25 years. I think what kind of escalated is I found is that with each job I had in corporate America, that I felt like I could do the next job better until I got to the point where I really felt confident enough that I had both the connections and abilities to go out and start my own company, and frankly was willing to make the sacrifices to do so. TekStream Solutions came about for a few reasons. One was that I had had two colleagues who were clients of mine that had a lot of recruiting issues and had approached me about joining a company with them in which they would continue to provide IT consulting services that were needed. Critical areas like Amazon Web Services, Splunk Technologies, and Oracle, but wanted a solid recruiting arm in-house in order to support that. I was finding recruiting, especially with the advent of social media and things like LinkedIn, to be very commoditized. So it was kind of hard to differentiate yourself from one company to the next. So I really wanted a unique offering around technology. One of the things I think my education from Randolph-Macon equipped me with was really a diverse set of classes, and something that I really preach to folks that you get from a liberal arts type education. I think too, for someone who was not a overly gifted student, having classroom styles and environments that were smaller and more intimate, kind of allowed me to gather feedback from various professors and teachers I had. One of my business partners is another Randolph-Macon graduate, Brian McGee, who runs our DC office. 4 of the groomsmen in my wedding were Randolph-Macon graduates, and the business connections and relationships I've made from the time I spent there were critical. One of the coaches I used to have used to say, it doesn't take talent to hustle, and it's a line I still use with both kids I coach as well as folks that work for me, is that preparing and really out hustling anyone else who's doing what you do is a great way to succeed. Advice I would give to students or anyone who is a recent graduate or is about to graduate is to get out into the workforce, get going, and dominate your task at hand. Don't worry about lobbying for yourself. Don't worry about trying to get to the next role. People will always lobby on your behalf if you're doing your current role successfully.